All right, everybody, it's your man Dollar Bill Skull with my co-host GetMo. Say what's up, homie.
What up? What up?
Yeah,
Back
that's
again.
A whole lot better. That's a whole lot better. All right, so again, we're gonna be doing this week on the back and forth. We're gonna talk about this topic of DJ akaDUMiks. Yeah, DJ akaDUMiks. That was an error, but I'm gonna keep that. DJ akaDUMiks. Total disrespect for the pioneers and founders of hip hop culture.
Right.
Now, he made a statement saying that a lot of the founders look dusty because they don't show the material wealth or the financial wealth of creating such a lucrative culture.
Right.
All right. There's plenty of times people who have made things, created things, and didn't get their just due for it, especially in that moment. Sometimes people don't get it until later on down the line. You know what I'm saying? So it's all over the internet. It's very hot. It's the topic of discussion, and we're going to be tapping into it. So before I get into it, you got anything you want to say about it right quick?
No, I'm going to have plenty to say in just a minute.
Okay. All right, so right now we're going to get into this first clip, which is the actual comment that DJ akaDUMiks said about hip-hop pioneers. Let's get into it.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Them old rappers, man, them niggas, bro, have you seen any of these old rappers who be like, yo, they're the foundation of hip-hop, really living good? Them niggas be looking really dusty. I kid you not. And none of y'all try to come for me because I don't fuck with y'all niggas either. So I'm just tell y'all the truth. Y'all be looking like, every time there be like an old nigga talking about hip-hop, you be like, yo, bro, you sure you invented this? Because everybody else living better than you. Fact.
All right, facts. That's not facts. All right, go ahead and you say it off.
Well, I mean, just to be honest, you look at anything that anybody ever created, you know, the pioneer, as you will, never gets the proper credit as people who play the game.
Right.
You can look at baseball, football, basketball. You know, when those guys was shooting balls in a peach basket, do you think that the NBA was even a thought compared to now?
No.
Do you think it could be monetized back then compared to now?
No.
Ain't no way in hell.
No.
So the same respect that we give sports and other entities, we should give the same respect when it comes to hip hop.
I agree, especially for this particular culture because it started as a culture that didn't have anything to start with. If anybody knows the history, they know that a lot of the school programs like music reading, writing, instrument, any music course that was in grade school back in those days, not just in New York, but all across the country, the government stripped those programs. All right. So these people created a culture where they wasn't able to use any real instruments.
Right.
They didn't have any real songwriters. All right. They just had what they had and pure determination and imagination. Right. And here we are, fast forward 2022, which is $1 billion industry. Now, I also feel like he has a level of disrespect that he doesn't realize that he's doing because he's making money in a culture that these very same people he call him are broke created.
Right.
So
you got to think about it. His name is DJ akaDUMiks.
Right.
This nigga ain't never scratched. This nigga ain't never made no beat.
Never.
This nigga ain't
never.
He ain't even been on a track produced by.
Yep.
It's no elements of a DJ besides him running his mouth. So at the end of the day, what did you DJ?
I think there was some early mixtapes he put out years ago, but it's not even him on there scratching. It's just like a compilation of songs.
But that ain't shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be a DJ tomorrow.
Yeah.
DJ GetMo.
Yeah.
Just because I make a playlist? Come on, bro.
That's
whack as fuck.
Yep. And he's actually walking around here with that moniker, DJ akaDUMiks. And he doesn't DJ, scratch. And he's been around for a long time.
I mean, he been around, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it ain't been a long time.
I agree. Okay.
He's just a voice for the younger generation, so to speak.
Okay.
We don't have a URL no more.
Right.
We don't have a BET.
Right.
So far as like The Basement, 106,
Right.
anything that can show a top 10.
Right.
So I guess I can't even say he's the internet version of that. Because I mean, what? The best people that is his friends is 6ix9ine and somebody else we probably don't give a fuck about. But okay.
Goodness. Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah. All right. Now here's LL's response to this. This is one of the first responses. Well, it's actually the same one, but I just cut up in different pieces. But here's one.
I'm not going to say any names because I don't think it's necessary. A DJ basically said that, you know, a lot of the pioneers in hip hop are, you know, they're dusty, or how can they be the person that, you know, invented hip hop if, you know, they don't have a lot of money. Or if they don't look or represent like they have a lot of dough, right? Let me explain something to you, and say this for you guys. Don't confuse someone's ability to develop a business model. Don't conflate. In other words, don't think just because somebody knows how to get money or fails to get money that they didn't make a contribution to the culture.
Okay. All right. I totally agree with that. Again, not just in hip hop culture, but in pretty much all of the music genres that we created. There's plenty of people who created some of these genres and don't get, not money, don't even get their name shout out as a founder in it. You know? How many times do you hear people mention Chuck Berry as the founder of rock and roll, or one of the founders of rock and roll?
Not much. Not much at all.
All right. It just came out here recently that a black woman by the name of Tina Bell was doing grunge music in '82, way before it became the genre. She's like the godmother of it, you know?
Right.
And I think she passed away early 2000.
Yep.
Broke.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I mean, but Elvis was the same way.
Same way in what sense?
Elvis didn't have a whole bunch of money when he died.
But Elvis was a cultural appropriator, so he shouldn't have had a whole goddamn bunch of money.
Still died broke.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying in the eyes of other people. Let's look at it like that.
Right.
You know, some people be like, oh man, he's Elvis. He had Graceland. He's supposed to have money.
Right.
Bullshit.
Right.
If your paperwork ain't right, it ain't right.
True.
And the unfortunate that a lot of artists came up in the early 80s, 90s, late 70s even, paperwork wasn't right.
Right.
They wasn't doing it for the business. They was doing it for the love.
That too. But in the sense of someone actually inventing and creating something or pioneering something. Yes, I know Elvis died broke somewhat. But at the same time, his name still rings bells. These white people ain't letting Elvis go. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so check this out. Let's look at Rap City.
Okay.
You think Joe Clair got a lot of money right now?
No.
Do you think, even though he is still around, you think Big Tigger got as much money as he deserved?
Big Tether? No.
See?
No.
See what I'm saying? Okay. Do you think Fab Five Freddy got as much money as he deserved?
I think Fab Five Freddy is living comfortable enough to kind of say that. It may not be in the high millions, but it's probably in the low millions, maybe like 2.5, maybe close to 3 million.
So, do you think a DJ akaDUMiks would call him dusty though?
Hell no, he wouldn't.
I think he would.
You think so?
The disrespectful kids of this generation, is beyond
Good
me.
Good point.
See,
they don't respect nothing.
Nah, these kids are making money off the internet, and it's being handed to them instead of earned.
Exactly.
See, it's nothing to go on Twitch.
Good point.
It's nothing to go on YouTube and hide behind a glow-up circle and talk shit all day.
Yeah.
They're not going to meet with these artists.
Yeah.
They're not flying out to different states to do things in these artists' backyard. They're not having to deal with a lot of shit. Now look at DJ akaDUMiks. When he was working for Complex, he talked about how he hated it. He hated that shit.
Hated what? Complex?
Working at Complex.
Why?
I mean, think about it. It's a business model that he does not control. They say, well, he kind of catapulted it and made it to where it was. He didn't catapult it to make it to where it was because that's white folks' money.
Right.
You'll never catapult it to make it to where it was. They hired you.
Right.
See, that's the difference. Back then, they had to go make a name for themselves. Now you could just sit in your house and make a name for yourself. It's no footwork. That's my point.
True. And you're absolutely right. They're not earning it. They it's really being given to them. And the industry and all the technology industry makes it so easy for them to pretty much get it in a sense that where it's not appreciated. Correct. You know, they making their music really easy. They just dropping and dragging out. They're not actually programming beats. They're not actually cutting up samples. They download these packs that's got all these pre-looped melodies, pre-programmed drum loops, and they just dragging and dropping, and they claiming themselves as producers. All
Correct.
Right. So you're right. There's a lot of this shit is not being earned, dude. And out of that, they don't know what the fuck it's like to actually work hard, earn some, and guard your culture, guard your work.
They're not doing that.
You know? This is intellectual property. Hip hop is intellectual property.
Right.
You know? And yes, we didn't stand guard on this stuff early on, but if we had people like DJ akaDUMiks, wouldn't be in this damn culture making money. We'd have got him and a lot of these other damn disrespectful people out the damn way.
See, now I got a question for you since you said that, but we'll stay on topic for now.
Okay. All right, I'm going to this next LL clip. Here's something else he said. There's more.
This idea that you have to have money or else you don't have any value is a bad idea, and it's kind of like it's a misinformed way of looking at the world and the culture.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. We were just saying it a moment ago. It's just and I think to add on to what LL, actually to tag on to what you were saying and what LL was saying, a lot of it comes from kids not earning it.
They have no substance when you don't earn it. You know, what's the value of something if you don't earn it? I mean, point blank period. That's just like saying I would take care of a new car if I had to work for the new car.
Right.
But if somebody just gave me the new car
right.
and I hit a tree next week, I wouldn't give a shit so much. But if I had to scrape for every penny to get that new car, I'm wiping that shit down with baby diapers and all type of shit to make sure that shit is super clean.
Yeah.
That's because I earned it. I worked for it. I put in blood, sweat, and tears for it. Mm-hmm. Versus somebody just saying, yo, GetMo, here's a car. Drop it off to me.
Yeah. Yeah, but the mind state is now, especially with these kids, they think money makes you. They think money is your status. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna say for real though. Like you can like be arguing about somebody, they be like, fuck that, he got money. Like, what's that got to fucking do with anything?
Money ain't shit. Let me tell you what is shit though. They can talk about the money all they want to, but it's the access.
Yeah.
Access. If my name can get me into a place that your money can't get you into, it's the access. A
Makes
lot
sense.
of these pioneers have the access.
Bingo. Yep. Exactly. So a lot of places they can get access to that his money can't get him access to.
Correct.
Good point. I like that. Touche. All right, here's another, the last piece on LL's comment to DJ akaDUMiks.
So just because a couple of these guys and girls and people out here made songs and made music and made contributions to this culture. Just because they didn't get rich does not mean that they didn't make a contribution to this culture.
Well, there you have it. And that's true. There's a lot of people walking around here right now that have had their hands in on some of the biggest hits.
Yeah.
Some of the biggest production.
Yeah.
Had a hand in making someone one of the biggest names we ever seen, and they are totally behind the scenes with no name and no money.
Yeah.
So when they tell their stories, some people look at it like, well, why you over here? You know what I'm saying? You had something to do with the Supremes. Well, why you here? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's a lot of people with those stories, which are actual and factual, but they just probably was in a time where the money wasn't there.
Right. Because every genre gets a little bit more of an accelerated pace than the last one.
Yeah.
You know, like Future is not gonna get the same deal as Lil Baby, if that makes sense.
That makes big sense.
Like Lil Baby is the it boy right now, the it man.
Yeah.
You know, not the baby, but Lil Baby.
Yeah, most definitely.
Now, Lil Baby is not gonna have a deal that's not as good as Future's.
Right.
He gonna have one that's better than Future's.
Yeah.
Now the next person who come down the line, they're gonna have a better deal than Lil Baby.
Yeah.
And et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Everybody has to kick down the door for somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I agree.
Now when LL jumped off on Def Jam, he got a certain deal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's not the same deal that Ludacris got.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
85 versus 2000. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's going to be a hella difference.
Yeah.
You know, ain't nobody getting that same deal no more. Because once we watched our heroes jump out there, make their mistakes, you think we going to make the same damn mistakes?
Right, exactly.
Shit.
You're right. We're going to learn how to maneuver around some of those mistakes. You're absolutely right.
What did Jay-Z say? Jay-Z said, I am overcharging for what y'all did to the Cold Crush.
Bam. Good point. The Cold Crush. Let's talk about that. The Cold Crush brothers. 4, I think at the most 5 of the dopest MCs in their time, in that era. These are the guys that inspired the Jay-Z's, the KRS-Ones, the Eric B. and Rakims. And they're not walking around here with Jay-Z money.
Nope.
They're not walking around here with LL money.
Nope.
But their name and their access can get them in areas that a DJ akaDUMiks couldn't get into.
Hell no. They'll look at him and laugh.
That's a good point, man. The Cold Crush brothers and Jay-Z, when he said that, people off the top felt that because at that time they were getting jerked.
Right.
All right. They was on Sugar Hill and Sugar Hill jerked them. And it just came out that Sugar Hill finally settled with all the artists on that label at that time.
And they should have.
You know, but at that time they got jerked. And that's because a lot of the money wasn't there. So the people who was putting the culture out there, and we big them up for that, they was keeping a lot of money to themselves.
Yeah.
You know, the industry wasn't the way it is back then. Excuse me. So he made a hell of a point when he said that, and that actually ties in our conversation. DJ akaDUMiks, you do not know your history. And if you want these people around here thinking that Caribbeans created hip hop or brought that culture over here, then you really need to get out of it. You're sitting up here making millions. You got a very popular name, and you are not holding up your end to this culture. So we counsel you, family. We counsel you, family. You, this is me now. I don't know about my co-host, but me personally, I don't rock with Fat Joe, Pete Rock, Busta Rhymes, Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, all these terrorists that's been disrespecting our culture and our pioneers and us as a people. We don't have to listen to your music. We don't have to play your music, download your music, buy your music, come to your shows, watch anything that you're on, as far as TV, cable, whatever it is. We do not have to support you. Cancel culture is real, and it's enough of us to do that to your career. What do you think?
I mean, that's true. I mean, and it hurts to say, but I mean, you brought up a good point. And everybody who is not from, I guess, African American descent, full blooded, been around here forever, that doesn't have, no other roots nowhere else. We talking about quote unquote normal nigga.
Right.
LOL.
Right.
Not nigga with a twist,
right.
caffeinated nigga.
Right.
Just normal nigga. You know what I mean? We've been around here. I mean, we had our lumps and bruises.
Yeah.
But when y'all first came on this scene, we accepted y'all.
Yeah.
We accepted Busta Rhymes when he was skinny as fuck and
Yep.
looked like he'll get shoved in a locker.
Yeah.
We accepted him.
Yeah.
We loved him.
Yeah.
But for him to, 300 pounds later, boy, I'm the god and all that. Bruh.
Yeah.
Like, that was total left field.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect Busta Rhymes to be like that.
Me either. That messed me up.
You have a lot of people who still have different descent that is not normal nigga. You know what I'm saying? For lack of better words. Mm-hmm. But they still respectful to the culture.
Yeah.
They still fuck with the culture.
Yeah.
They still fuck with the regular African Americans who've been around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just saying it's very much I'm not saying personally I cancel everybody with a Caribbean descent.
No, me either. Just the ones I called off.
Just the ones who blatantly disrespect us.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. So that was pretty much on that. We didn't want to keep y'all on here too long, but we wanted to check in and tap in on that. And I think I thank my partner for coming in and giving me his perspective because he's right on point with his perspective, his opinions. And I think we both mutually feel the same way overall.
Yeah.
That DJ akaDUMiks was very out of line.
GetMo.
Yeah, GetMo was very out of line and disrespectful. So before we go, anything you want to say?
Nah, man. Just, if you've been here, you've been here. You know who done what. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's time and time again proven. You got plenty of people around here who are pioneers who gave some of your artists light, fame, acknowledgement. Shoot, a lot of these pioneers that y'all quote unquote shitting on happens to be you motherfuckers gatekeepers.
Yep.
So if I was y'all, I would watch your mouth.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yeah, we're going to end on that note. And as we always say, FBA versus everybody and preserve the culture, y'all. We out.